Hey guys, this is Frogsmaster 595. Look at this. It's Livin, Vida, Loca. Blue. Fuzzy. Uh-oh. Frogsmaster. I never realized that the mic was like that. How did that happen? I'm gonna tell you how it happened. Now, for all who've noticed this, I'm sure you've thought about it, but I'm guessing most of you were not able to notice this. Because, it's just too hard to be able to tell. Now you notice it because of that, but you can't really notice anything right there in the middle. You can see something because I have it zoomed in, but yeah. So let's talk about this. Why is Livin' La Vida Loca blue, fuzzy, like this? Why is his microphone stand all messed up? Well, I guess I'll tell you. Now, I briefly mentioned this in a review. I think it was a Movin' Monkey one. I don't know which one, but you don't have to watch that because I barely say anything about it. So, alright, let's talk about the story. Here starts the story of him. I'm a freshman now. I'm in high school. And one thing I have learned is don't bring your frogs to school. Now, most of you are thinking, well, Frogsmaster, you're not supposed to bring your frogs to school anyways because they can, break and they can, get a take in or they can fall on the floor, the hard school floor, or it could get trampled if it falls on the floor in the hallways by all the people in the high school. Well, that's all completely right and all. But not high school, middle school. Because I've learned, that's one thing I know now as a freshman in high school. Don't bring the frogs in there. Because nothing has happened in high school. Oh no, I'm never bringing a frog in there again. No. This happened in middle school. In 8th grade. It was still this year, but in 8th grade, in about maybe February. Maybe March. I think it was February, but it doesn't matter. Actually, it was probably January. I think it was January. Close to when I got him. Alright, so, I had never really brought in Gemmy items into school before. I didn't bring them in 7th grade, not in 6th grade. But I did bring them in 5th grade, and one in 4th grade. And the only reason why I brought them in 4th grade and 5th grade was because of show and tell. That's actually one good reason why, yeah, okay, you can bring a frogs into school. Show and tell. And, in 4th grade and 5th grade, well, I think how it is for most people, it's not like middle school, It isn't. It's just, you're going to one classroom for the whole day. So, the frog is just going to be sitting in one classroom, in the same spot, for basically the whole day, till whenever show and tell is, and then it'll just go back in that spot. I showed some frogs, and I brought in, I think, a turtle once. Never brought in a country pig, so sad, should've. But I did bring in a turtle, and I did bring in some frogs, like maybe about 5 frogs and 1 turtle. I brought in about 6 things in 5th grade. All of those times when I brought something in, when I walked into class, I would put it behind my teacher's desk so that it'd stay safe. Because I was actually aware. Yeah, I know, right? 5th grade Frogsmaster was still aware. Yeah, it's crazy. I was very aware at a very young age, which is good, obviously. I guess it wasn't a very young age, but I was 10, so yeah, you get the point. So, stayed safe back there. And then whenever show and tell happened, I'd show it and everything would go perfectly okay. I would show it, doing this little dance, and it was cool and nice and interesting. And, the class generally liked the frogs. They didn't really have too much of a problem with them. Obviously, a couple would think that they're creepy. But, really the only thing. In 6th grade, there's no more show and tell. In 7th grade, there's no more show and tell. In 8th grade, wait, Frogs Masters, they're actually show and tell? Yes, there is. Wait, really? No, there isn't. Wait, then, what is this, Frogs Master? Well, let me tell you. You see, in 8th grade, here's the thing. Wait, don't you guys want to hear about 4th grade show and tell? No, really, it's interesting. Look, I brought in Evil Ways. That's, kind of like my first frogs as restarting my collection. And it was a big memory because it was in 4th grade. And it was, in April, so I was 9 then. Yeah, imagine, I've had Evil Ways since I was 9, and I'm 14 now. That's crazy, guys, right? But she's actually not 5 years old yet. She'll be 5 years old in April. She'll get a birthday video. Spoilers, sorry. That I needed to say. Just showed Evil Ways in 4th grade. Really cool. Everyone liked her especially. Should have showed it around Halloween, but I didn't have her. Heh. And if I waited till, next Halloween, it would have been in 5th grade. Which I could have brought her, but I didn't because I didn't want to. Because I already brought her in 4th grade. Anyways, 8th grade. We had this project where we had to bring something in that was important to us. Something that we had a good memory with. It had to be an item. That's right. An item. And a frogs is an item. Yay. It's a frog's item. Yay. So obviously, at this point I realized, well, I can't bring in something that's not a frogs or not Jemmy related at all because, it's going to be tough to, write down why I think it's important and, why I think it's a good memory to me because I won't be able to think of anything, obviously, because if I just randomly found something, it's just yeah, no memories with it, nothing to remember about it, So I decided, let's bring in Livin, Vida, Loca. I shouldn't have done that. So, when I brought him in, sat him on the desk, this was in an English class, if I've not stated that already, because English class, So, it was on my desk now, where few other people were sitting. Now, no one messed with it. No one actually touched it at all. At the end of the first hour of that class, since for me, for some reason, in middle school, English was 2 hours. I know, it's weird. But, at the end of the first hour, some kid did press it, and then he heard it sing and dance, and I was like, no, you're spoiling the song. I was gonna save it for next hour, you dumb animal. So, yeah, and then I waited next hour, and we didn't present our things, because we were never going to. So then I was a little more disappointed, but I still got the project done, in after-school tutoring. I just wanted to get it done then because I wanted to. And, that was all fine and dandy, but, that day when I had him with me, well, when English class was over, I decided, I'm going to, put him in my locker at the top and not the bottom, which was a bad mistake, by the way. And so I did that. So there's this kid that, he likes to be a little rough. He was kind of my friend, but he was just a little rough sometimes. I guess he just, I don't know. He was just a little more, bigger boned. He wasn't muscly, but He was bigger boned. It's weird, again, I don't know, but he decided that today I think I'm gonna lift Frog's master up, and so he does that. And when he lifted me up, I was by my locker, holding Livin, Vida, Loca, putting him back in there. And obviously, when I was lifted up in the air, my hand let go of him, and he fell out of the top part of the locker and hit the floor hard on his back. Back of his head got hit. Over here at the arm, it may have gotten hit. And then I was devastated. And you know what? You know what I did? I blamed it on myself. Because it was my fault for bringing Livin, Vida, Loca into school. And for putting him at the top of the locker instead of the bottom. If he was at the bottom of the locker, nothing would have happened at all. I am not blaming it on that kid, because he did not know that I had this frog at the top of my locker, so I'm not blaming it on him, blaming it on myself. So yeah, Frog's master is actually blaming something on himself for once. Finally, I've been waiting for that. So, he was all like, sorry and everything, because, he's not a bad friend. And I said it was okay, but, I actually wasn't okay. I was pretty upset. And actually, it made me a little sick. And I don't know how it did, but no joke, it literally made me feel sick. Not crazy sick. Sick. Like, nauseous. Yeah. That's what happens when something like that happens. Obviously, his mic stand had broke. It broke right there. So we tried hot gluing it, but that didn't work. But I guess, it still worked a little, so I just kept it like that for a few months. But you see, when we were trying to hot glue that, which ended up failing, something else failed. The middle right here came in half. So then we had to try hot gluing that, which didn't work at all. So we put tape around it. Now that part's fine. It actually stays on good. Surprisingly, good tape. A few months later, like about, 5, 6, actually at this point almost 9, what am I thinking? Yeah, he's getting old. Got him in January. The seller took forever to ship him, but yeah, so it's been about 8 or 9 months later, and then I realized, well, this part of his mic stand keeps coming off, so I'm gonna put a bunch of tape around it. And, well, I did that, and, as we can see, it's very, noticeable. I know you can see it. You didn't notice it in the upload of him because, I didn't have it on him yet. I just recently put that tape all around there. But you know what? It stays on him better. So yeah, that's the story of Livin, Vida, Loca. Big ol' fun story, right? Yeah, you thought it'd be short, but it's big with all its tail. So yeah, that's his story. And you know what? At least in the end, no mech's broken him. His arm still works perfectly. His head still works perfectly. None of his wires came off. And his speaker is fine. So, that's at least good. So I'm still happy about that. But it is still sad. Makes me triggered that I'd put him at the top of my locker. And you guys can trigger me all you want in the comments. But, that was just a little story I wanted to talk to you guys about. Well, at least you got to hear that I brought some frogs to show to tell in 4th and 5th grade. But, poor Livin, Vida, Loca, Blue, Fuzzy. He wasn't doing so good in 8th grade. Poor mic stand. Well, thanks for watching this video. Where I tell a little story on old Blue, Fuzzy, Livin, Vida, Loca. And well, peace.